According to reports, Fiji has one of the highest rates of HIV infections in the Pacific and one of the highest in the world. According to the Ministry of Health, last year, from January to September, in only a span of 9 months, there was a total of 1,583 cases recorded. This being over a 200% increase. And I'll repeat that, over a 200% of an increase from the cases recorded in 2023. And there's a common misconception that HIV is only a sexually transmitted disease. But last year's statistics, they tell a different story. Whilst it is one of the mediums of transmission, the surge in cases in 2024 can be closely related to intravenous or IV drug use, this being methamphetamine, more commonly known as meth or ice. And the saddest thing about this is that many of these IV drug users, they're young students and the youth, many of them like you and I. Imagine young people full of hope and aspirations, just like many of us here today, are now living with a lifetime sentence with HIV. And many of these youth, they were just first or even second-time users, but those small decisions, they have led to a dire lifetime consequence. Remember, sharing needles is sharing HIV. All it takes is one needle, one use, and just mere curiosity to lead to an irreversible outcome. But this doesn't mean that we should shun those that are living with HIV, because more than anything, they need a community supporting them. Fiji's HIV crisis is happening in a world that knows how to control and treat the disease. We have the science, we have the medicine, and we have the preventive tools. What we're missing is the collective will to use them. And that's where we, the youth, come in. We can end the stigma. We can speak openly about HIV without shame, and we can push for testing to be normalized, not fear. If someone you know has HIV or if a loved one has HIV, it is important to provide them with the support they need and the access to treatment, because treatment is indeed accessible. And as for me and my commitment is pretty simple. I will learn and share the truth about HIV so that myths can't spread faster than facts. I will encourage testing as an act of care, not fear. And I will stand against stigma, because stigma is the virus's greatest ally. If I can change just one mind here today, and that one mind can change many more, the ripple effect, it could save lives. And HIV has always been more than a virus. It's a mirror reflecting society's strengths and weaknesses. In the early years, countries that have acted with compassion and urgency have almost put an end to their new infections. Those that didn't, they've paid with lives lost unnecessarily. HIV's history is filled with both mistakes and miracles. The mistakes, they come from fear, silence, and inaction. The miracles, they come from community and courage. Fiji is now at the crossroads of this story. And the question is, will we repeat history's mistakes? Or will we create our own miracle? I believe we can take the latter path, but it will take all of us to speak, care, and act like the lives of our families, friends, and the future generation depend on it, because they do.